If you're like me, you tuned into Streamberry's latest season of Black Mirror and noticed a daunting amount of references to the Black Mirror universe. With over 30 episodes under its belt, Black Mirror's latest season continues the time-honored tradition where I sit alone in my apartment, pausing the screen to see every little detail I can find. There's even a forum post in the USS Callister sequel that says, "Stop pausing and watch the show." I have no life. So join me as we uncover all the hidden details, Easter eggs, and references in Black Mirror Season 7. Episode 1's Common People sees Rashida Jones's Amanda teaching at Cooper Elementary. Cooper Redfield was the main character in 302's playtest, where he takes on a new job for video game developer Saito Gemu. We can actually see a Saito Gemu box in Robert Daly's garage in the USS Callister sequel. There's also a Cooper sticker at Mike's office. Amanda and Mike live in Palmer County. Alex Palmer is the name of the character Brandy plays in Hotel Reverie. At school, Amanda teaches her kids about autonomous bees. We first saw these in 306's Hated in the Nation, where these insect drones were used by the government to spy on its citizens. Amanda and Mike have their anniversary at the Juniper Hotel, a reference to 304's San Junipero. In fact, Junipero is used multiple times in Season 7, such as the name of Brandy Street in Hotel Reverie and St. Juniper's Hospital where Nanette ends up in the finale. In Black Museum, we learn that the Tucker Company had a research and development division on the 10th floor of this hospital, where they did experimental medical procedures on patients who didn't have insurance. The song the old couple sings, "Anyone Who Knows What Love Is featured in 6 other Black Mirror episodes, including 15 Million Merits and Rachel, Jack, and Ashley 2. The Cub soda Mike's coworker drinks from features a polar bear, which might be a reference to Season 2's White Bear, and if you look closely you can see it's a drink made by Dita, the candy company Maria works for in Bete Noir. Fun fact, Bete Noir means a person or thing one particularly dislikes, just like Maria hates Verite. There's also this sticker for Clark Industries, the company that manufactured the robotic dogs used to hunt humans in Metalhead. Dita is seen all throughout Season 7, like when Amanda inadvertently advertises their Honey Nug cereal to the class, or various Dita products found on the convenience store window in Plaything. This window will also mention Z-Eyes, which are the advanced neural implants found in Season 2's White Christmas. Amanda and Mike will pass a movie theater playing I Used to Be Funny and Hotel Reverie. I Used to Be Funny is another film directed by Ali Panku, the director of this episode, and Hotel Reverie is of course a nod to episode 3. Amanda tells one of her students to look up ChristHeart.com, and you know I had to go and visit there to find it's an actual website, but it hasn't really launched yet. If you look at the office behind Rivermind, it's Scillane Legal. This is the law firm Joan consults in Joan is Awful, as well as the name of the protagonist in White Bear. We can see Mike's phone is connected to the Tucker network. Tucker Systems is a giant company in the Black Mirror universe which specializes in neural technology such as that seen in San Junipero. Tucker computers are used to power the Redream software in Hotel Reverie as well as the computers at Callister Inc. Tucker software is where Colin Rittman developed Throng and Bandersnatch. We can actually see the Tuggersoft building in the background at Dita. Two of the users watching Mike on Dumb Dummies could be references to past episodes. I Am Waldo to Season 2's The Waldo Moment, and Snoutman a reference to the very first episode of Black Mirror where the Prime Minister was forced to have sex with a pig. I also like how this warning sign foreshadows Mike's coworker getting run over, and yes, I had to blur out this image for obvious reasons. In episode 2 we see Barney's Barbecue, not to be confused with Bernie's. This casual dining establishment is where Joan buys 4 Buster Burgers, Kenny works at in Shut Up and Dance, and a takeout menu can be found in Metalhead. When Maria is trying to prove that it's Barney's and not Bernie's, we can see what might be her Smithereens profile of Pink Pancake. Pink Pancake watched Mike on Dumb Dummies and also has a battle tag in Infinity. Smithereens is also a reference to the huge social media platform found in the Black Mirror universe, as well as the title of episode 502. The other major social media platform is Persona, a Facebook knockoff. Maria uses this to look into Verite's past. Beside it, you'll see another tab for Streamberry, Black Mirror's version of Netflix. It's Streamberry that eventually ends up buying episode 3's Hotel Reverie reboot, and here we'll have an assistant tell Brandy's manager that a Beppe from Streamberry has arrived. Beppe was Michael Cera's character from Joan is Awful who worked there, and it looks like he's also a YouTuber making What Fans Got Wrong About Space Fleet content. content. Hey Bete, if you want to collab, let me know. On Verité's previous work experience, we see she worked at Wayhaven Travel, a reference to the hotel chain featured in Season 3's Shut Up and Dance. I also liked how the antagonist in Bete Noir is named Vérité, which means truth in French, because nothing she says or does is really truthful. She and Maria attended Colworth Manor High. Colworth is where the episode White Bear was shot. With the exception of Natalie Kane, the names of all of Maria's friends are various crew members from the Black Mirror set. Louisa's almond milk is from Raymond, the same brand that makes Robert Daly's chocolate milk, and the name of one of the characters in 305's Men Against Fire. In Hotel Reverie, we get to see two very interesting posters at Keyworth Studios. This obvious one here is White Bear, but take a look at Haven Green, which was the working production title of Season 7. It stars Tony Kearns, the editor of Bandersnatch, and Giselle Turner, the camera operator of Bete Noir. This episode also has a bunch of references to USS Callister's Space Fleet. Jack wears a Space Fleet t-shirt, and of course we'll see that Space Fleet YouTube video. A bit below it, there's a Demon 79 reference from Season 6. You'll see the channel name is Hammer Horror Head. A hammer is what Nita used in Demon 79 to murder Michael Shields. And check out the channel name Waldo Moments, a nod to episode 203, or how about the video called Lacey's Gone Loopy, a reference to Lacey Pound's character in Nosedive who slowly goes crazy. The YouTube channel for Dorothy's screen test is Pia's Video Archives. Pia was a filmmaker in Loch Henry. Hotel Reverie has a ton of newspaper clippings that go by so quickly you wouldn't be able to read them at regular speed. These clippings include Dorothy's film history of St. Juniper and My Kingdom for a Pig, references to San Junipero and the national anthem respectively. She also stars as Nanette in Folly of Windsor, Nanette being the name of USS Callister's protagonist. The writer of the original 1940s version of Hotel Reverie is Finlay Scott, Black Mirror's location manager, who also wrote Demon 79. This ad for Kerr Hand Cream features Suzanne Barron, the show's script supervisor, and we'll see she's in a movie called Operation Crocodile. Crocodile, the name of episode 403. We'll also see that White Bear is the name of a hair dye that's sponsoring a new CBS show. This article shows Dorothy Chambers leaving an untitled James Turner project. James Turner is the show's set designer. Episode 4, titled Plaything, is a quasi-sequel to the standalone Black Mirror episode Bandersnatch, featuring the return of Tuckersoft's Colin Rittman and Mo. Bandersnatch references can be found littered throughout the episode, including a poster for Bandersnatch 2 and a Bandersnatch novel. This book can also be seen on Philip's desk in Eulogy and Daly's desk in the USS Callister sequel. The appearance of a Striking Vipers 2 poster is interesting considering Striking Vipers was created by Saito Gemu. However, it's possible different developers worked on different versions. In Colin's office, we'll see an image of Waldo from the Waldo moment stating "Laugh, Vote, Die." Other posters for video game versions of Space Fleet and Metalhead can be seen in the Tuckersoft offices. There's even more Space Fleet and Metalhead paraphernalia in Colin's office. Young Cameron, the episode's protagonist, is a journalist for PC Zone, the same magazine Black Mirror's creator Charlie Brooker used to work for in real life. The game featured in this episode, Thronglets, is a game you can actually play on the Netflix mobile app. The Christmas sweater Cameron wears when he's arrested is the same Christmas sweater he was wearing 30 plus years ago as his younger version. On the subway, Cameron sees a Blockbuster video ad for a set of fictitious movies referencing other Black Mirror episodes. Valdak's blade is a reference to the villainous character Robert Daly made Carl play, and that blade will be what eventually kills him. We'll even see a poster for a different movie called Valdak's Revenge in Daly's garage. Back to Blockbuster, the second film is Nation of Hate, a play on episode 306's Hated in the Nation. Then there's the Recaller, a reference to the device known as a recaller, which detectives used in Crocodile to solve crimes. And finally, Amazing Day, loosely named after episode 604's Maisie Day. Season 7's final episode is Black Mirror's first full-on sequel. USS Callister Into Infinity features all sorts of references not only to its prequel, but also the Black Mirror universe. For example, the character Pixie Bunkin has an Ashley O wallpaper on her computer, and if you listen closely, she's actually listening to one of Ashley O's songs in-game. During the film's climactic battle, actors Anjana Vasan and Papa Esidu, who played Nita and Gap in Demon 79, show up as players in the game. My all-time favorite detail is this complaint from an Infinity user who states, "Stop pausing and watch the show," which appears not only once, but twice. On Nanette's second monitor, we'll see she has both a Streamberry and Sonical app. Sonical is the music streaming service Joan worked for in Season 6. One of the Space Fleet comics has images of the White Bear Mask Guy, Waldo, and a metalhead dog with Tucker emblazoned on it. This could be a bit of a stretch, but the scorpion trapped in glass in Robert's garage might be a nod to the scorpion trapped in glass in Hotel Reverie. As players descend on the USS Callister, we'll see some familiar names from the real world, like Dan TDM and Tommy Innit, both famous British YouTubers. The space battle uses a Wilhelm scream which most people might recognize from Star Wars. Although the first recording of the scream was in 1951's Distant Drum. As the episode concludes, we get a news ticker with all sorts of cool info, including Hotel Reverie reboot hits Streamberry, Thronglets 2 launches to critical acclaim, Rivermine CTO steps down, and former UK PM Mike O'Callo enters Celebrity Vet School. There's also talk of a mysterious talisman found in plane wreckage, which might be a nod to the talisman found in Demon 79. So there it is, all the Easter eggs, references, and hidden details I found in Black Mirror Season 7. Are there any I missed? And what did you think about the season? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, be sure to like and subscribe, and for more bad takes you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at BigStoryYT. Until next time, remember, Daddy loves you very much.